So we had a question about elixirs and how you transition from one or some to the next elixirs, and how to not get into elixir overload, like I need everything all at once. The best way I can answer that question is by sharing how I've seen other people work with the elixirs and how I myself use the elixirs. So for example, I heard one woman tell me, and this is an herbalist, she's been an herbalist for many years, and she's the type of herbalist who will explore each plant one at a time and really get its benefits. She was taking Infinite Love for 6 months straight, that was like a really deep-seated pattern that she really wanted to work on over time. And I could really see the value of doing that. Like looking at the 12 blends and saying, okay, where's my one sort of weak point? And really just like hammering that one for several months while you work in concordance with other elixirs. Okay, that's one way. And I recently went to an appointment with Kaya, and she does a lot of pulse testing, and she, should have like this huge palette of single and combination flower elixirs on her, her table as tools. And so as you're lying on her table, she'll do pulse testing and then pile on a bunch of elixirs to see what's going to be like that perfect combination that's going to perfectly balance out your pulses. So that's another really interesting route, is like what's going to balance you energetically and physically. But I should say that a lot of those essences already in that, the days before the appointment, intuitively I felt like I needed anyway. So you can get there, but just to say like, maybe you need 5, and that's okay. If it feels like, oh, a little bit too much, the way that I work it is I'll pick some of the combination elixirs and then get them in serums or anointing oils so that I weave them into my everyday moments in everyday life. For example, I need serums, anointing oils, like what do I need? I need inner peace and boundless wisdom right now. And I also feel really drawn to radiant energy. So I'll put some of those in my hands and then rub them on my skin or pat them on after a hot shower. I'll put them on before I go salsa dancing. So I smell nice and I inspire myself and others, but it's also exactly what I need. I put the oils on my feet before I go to bed. So there are ways that you can sort of take some of those combination elixirs and weave them into your everyday moments so that you don't feel like you're having to take like 50 elixirs. What else can I say? It was interesting in the podcast with Sam from Australia. She was saying as she takes her Flowerevolution elixirs, she'll take month 1 and then she'll combine month 1 and 2, and then she'll combine month 1, 2, and 3, and she'll combine month 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on until she gets to month 6. So that's another way to do it. And then I know people who will say start out with one elixir and then they'll start taking another one overlapped until that one finishes, and then finish up with the second one. So like you can literally overlap them. And then I do want to say one thing, really important. Try to finish that elixir out, especially if it's a single elixir, because they're more subtle and you're kind of trying to pinpoint what are they doing. Finish that until the bottle is gone, done so, rather than just like taking a little bit here and then leaving it in your counter and then taking a little bit and then you suddenly have this cabinet full of half empty things. Finish it up, and if you feel that sense of like, well, I'm kind of already done with this, what I do is I'll just dump it all in a yummy sparkly bubbly drink that I make, or dump it all in the bathtub and just soak it all in. So I hope that's helpful. There's a lot of different ways to incorporate them. And partly that's why we make the mists and anointing oils and serums and bath salts, so that there are a lot of different ways that you can kind of slip them into your life without feeling like you need to be taking a million elixirs. But I would say, if you're taking 5, that's still not too much. That's okay. And just follow your heart and follow your intuition and be patient. And also, there is tremendous merit to just taking one and just hammering it for a while. Oftentimes I'll just take one formula, just one bottle, consistently for 3 or 4 weeks. Then you can really pinpoint what it's doing, and it's very, very fascinating. Like, I've done experiments with, I'm only going to take Boundless Wisdom and see what happens. I'm only going to take Game Changer and see what happens. And then you really become deeply, intimately familiar with what those flowers are doing. So many different ways to do it. Any which way is the right way for you.